Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited because today we get to talk all things brows and lashes. So we could call today's workshop like Wow Brows or Beyond Basic Brows and Luscious Lashes, because those are the things I'm going to show you how to get today. Wow Brows and Luscious Lashes. So I hope you guys are ready for this. We're gonna have fun. This is gonna be tutorial style, so you do not need any samples to follow along with us today. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to show you exactly how to do your mascara. I'm going to give you a few tips, things that you may be doing that you shouldn't be doing, some common mascara mistakes, and then I'm also going to show you how to map your brows, how to shape them so that you can pluck them at home, and I'm going to show you how to fill in your brows so that they don't look like this. So we're gonna have a good time. My name is Lizzie Gregory. If we've never met before, I'm so excited to meet you. And if we have met before, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with us and learning how to do your brows and your lashes. I'm so happy to be on with y'all tonight. I love teaching makeup. I'm definitely a skincare junkie, but I do enjoy teaching other people how to do their makeup. And so I'm so excited to be able to teach you guys tonight just a little bit of what I've learned, and hopefully it will help you have some more confidence when you're doing your own makeup at home. So I would say let's go ahead and get started. Now, while you're jumping on, I would love it if you guys could go ahead and just comment with like a fun fact about yourself. Let's get to know you, and then you could also share with us who your beauty consultant is. So who invited you to watch? Go ahead and just comment her name below and then share a fun fact about yourself. I don't really know that I have any fun facts about me. It's not that I'm like a boring person. I just don't know that I really have any fun facts, but I will introduce myself real quick. So my name is Lizzie. It's actually Elizabeth, but I go by Lizzie. I'm the oldest child. If you're an oldest child, comment below. I'm the oldest. I have one younger sister, and we grew up moving a lot. I moved like 9 times by the time I was 11 years old. It was crazy. We moved a lot when I was a kid, but I loved it because it taught me how to make new friends. So I met people all over the world, and now thanks to things like Facebook, I can still be Facebook friends with them, and that's pretty cool. I love adventure. I love challenges. I love to travel. I love exciting new things. I love change. I know a lot of people don't, but I live for those things. So those are, I guess, a few fun facts about me. Okay, well, before we hop in, I just want to say thank you again for joining us, and thank you guys so much for supporting your beauty consultant and her business, because when you support a Mary Kay Beauty Consultant, you are choosing to support a small business, and that really means the world to us, so thank you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I want to know from y'all, how often do you shape your brows? So how often do you tweeze them? Do you wax them, thread them, whatever you do? How often do you fix the shape of your brows? And I am going to show you guys how to figure out based on your face shape, what brow shape you should have, okay? And we have this cute little thing in Mary Kay. It's called our little book of brows, okay? It's this right here. And inside of our book of brows, it shows you the best brows for your face shape. Now, I realize that you probably cannot see this very well, but I'm going to do my best to show you as I teach you, okay? So if you are an oval shaped face girl, okay, a full brow is going to look amazing on you. So if you're an oval shaped girl, okay, a full brow. This is going to help draw attention to the eyes, flatter your face shape. Your face shape is already very balanced, so a full brow like this is a great step, okay? Now for my next one, which is going to be our round shape girls, our girls with a round face, you using a more structured brow with angled arches, okay, are going to add sharpness and definition to a softer, rounder face, okay? So angles and sharp arches, those are great on a round face. If you have a square face, a highlighted accent arch is going to make your face appear less narrow, or more narrow and less boxy. Okay, more narrow, less boxy. So an accented arch. So that means when you do that arch on your eyebrows, you're gonna wanna highlight that, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to do that tonight. For a heart-shaped face girl, which is myself, I have a heart-shaped face. For me, I'm gonna want a softer, more rounded arch, okay? This is gonna make the features of the wider part of my face look less harsh. And then if you have a long face, oh sorry, I was trying to show you guys the pictures. There's a heart shape. If you have a long face, okay, a brow with a lower arch is gonna make your face look fuller. So more of a straight brow, like with a very minimal arch. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys kind of figure out a little bit about the shape, but I do want to show you how to map your brows now that you know what shape you are looking for. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your brow liner pencil. Now we have this pencil in several different shades. Your consultant can help you pick the best shade for you. I am using dark blonde. If you are, oh, I'm so sorry. If you're a redhead, dark blonde is going to be your best bet, okay? If you are a dark blonde, go with dark blonde. We also have a blonde, we have brunette, dark brunette, and a black brown. So we can help you find the right shade for you. But just for reference, I'm using dark blonde tonight. So let me show you how to map your brow, okay? So the first thing you want to do is figure out how far in your brow should go. Okay, because you don't want a unibrow, but we don't want them to be too far spaced out either. And so the way to figure this out is to take a straight line from that inner corner, like that inner part of your nose, to your brow, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a little line right there. Okay, do you see that line that I made? So I just took my pencil, did the straight line, and then just drew the line, okay? Now I'm going to do that on the other side. Here we go. Okay, and now you see I have a line there too. Okay, so that's how I figure out how far in my brow is going to go. And now you can kind of like draw maybe a more obvious line if you'd like to see it a little bit better, but now you know that's how far in your brow can go. Okay, now the next thing we want to figure out is where your arch should be. Now, depending on your face shape will depend how angled or how high or how highlighted or how straight your arch is, but everybody's gonna have an arch in their eyebrow, okay? And so to figure this out, you're gonna take, again, your straight line, but this time I'm gonna use my pencil to mark, so I'm gonna use my eyebrow brush, okay? And you are going to make that straight line from the outer side of your nose through your pupil, okay, up. So look straight forward, and you want that line to go just diagonally across the black part of your eye. Okay, and wherever that is where you want your arch to be. So you can go ahead and just make a mark there to let you know that's where your arch is going to be. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Oh. Nope, okay. Well, this is way harder to do in a laptop. Okay, let me do it like this. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, so naturally, my arch is about where it needs to be anyway, but here you can see that's where you want the like full top of your arch to be before your brow comes down. Okay, the last thing when we're mapping our brows is we're going to go from the nose to the outer corner and up. And that's where you want your brow to end, okay? So you can just do a little line there. Do you see I made that little mark? Okay, so now I know that's where my brow is going to end. I don't want it to go past that point. Okay? So you see how I kind of marked exactly where my brow is going to go. I've mapped my brow. Now, I want to go ahead and outline my brow, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take my brush. I have already lost it. Okay, here it is. Sorry. I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to brush all my little brow hairs up. Okay. Oh, here's one other thing I could show you. If you guys find yourself having these really long brow hairs that are like out of control, what I like to do is I take a pair of cuticle scissors and I will brush up, and anything that's like way higher, I just trim them down. Okay. So for instance, I would do like this, and if I had a bunch of really tall hairs, I would just come in and trim them down so that everything is about the same height when brushed up. Okay, so that's going to help you get a more tamed brow instead of having all these wild hairs going everywhere. So you can go ahead and use a pair of like cuticle scissors or nail scissors to go ahead and trim any hairs that stick up above that brow line. Okay, now another thing you want to do is you want to clean up any loose hairs or growing hairs with your tweezers. So you can go ahead and pluck around anything that's past that line, anything that's above that arch, anything that's in here past that line. You can clean that up. Anything that's like in your eye area, you can clean that up as well. Now, if you're like me and you hate plucking, maybe it kind of hurts, okay? My tip to you would be to use some baby Orajel. That is going to help with some of that pain. Okay, so that's how you map your brows. That's how you figure out exactly where your shape is, and then how high you want them to be, how thick they are. That is up to you, but you can trim them down and you can pluck anything that's kind of outside that area you actually want your brows to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish out my brows, and then we're going to go ahead and do just a little bit of mascara for you. So let's go ahead and fill in the brows. Now, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to use short hair-like strokes to mimic the natural look of my brow. So I'm just going to start kind of doing that outline of where I want my brow to go. Okay, and remember, depending on your face shape, depends how arched your brow is going to be, how angled your arch is going to be. So for my face shape, it's a softer angle, it's more rounded, it's less angular. So I'm going to make my arch nice and round instead of doing something sharp. But depending on your face shape, you may do that differently. So once I've got that bottom line drawn, I'm going to go ahead and sweep everything down with my spoolie brush. And then I'm going to follow where those hairs start brushing down. And that's going to be that top line of my brow. Okay. So here we go. And that's the end of my brow. And remember, I'm keeping it nice and rounded. Nothing harsh for my heart-shaped face, okay? So that's kind of that outline of my brow. Now, I do like to go ahead and take my brow pencil, and I like to just make some short hair-like strokes right up here in the front of the brow, because you do want this section of your brow, this front of your brow, to look a lot lighter than the rest of your brow. Okay, now you can take your spoolie brush, you can go ahead and brush through that. Okay, there we go. Now I am going to go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to want these to look as similar as possible, but you guys keep in mind your brows are never going to be twins. They can be sisters. They're most likely not going to be twins. So it's okay if they're not exactly perfect. We just want them to look like sisters, not cousins, you know? Okay, that's why we map them out. Okay. So now I'm going to brush everything down. Remember how I do that? And then I'm going to do this top line here. And remember, I'm keeping everything nice and round, okay? Everything's rounded. I'm going to go ahead and brush through this. And then I'm going to do those tiny little hair-like strokes right at the beginning of my brow. Okay. So there we go. That is how I shape my brow. And I kind of fill them in, but I'm mostly giving them shape with my brow definer pencil. This is there to give my brows the shape I want them to have. Now, you'll notice my brows already look very different, okay? They are much more filled in than they were before because I have very sparse brows. Now, the next thing that you can do in your brows is to take our volumizing brow tint. And you guys, it's the cutest little tint, but it's got like almost like a Barbie mascara wand. It's this little baby wand. And what this does is it's going to volumize your brows, okay? It's going to fill in those sparse spots. There's little microscopic fibers in here that will cling to your brow hairs to give you fuller, more lush looking brows. Now, what I personally love about this formula is it's life proof, okay? So it's got very flexible holds, but it's going to make sure your brows stay put all day. And then another thing I love is it's a very custom application. So you can wear this layered with other products, okay, like your brow definer pencil, or you can use this on its own. And so days when I'm in a rush and I just want to do very minimal makeup, but I know my brows need something, I just go ahead and use the brow tint. And it goes ahead and adds a little color to my brows. It keeps my brows in place and it gives them some volume. Now, I'm not done with my brows yet, so I will use the brow tint at the end when I am. But my brows are extra thin and they need a little more love. I also love like a more dramatic brow, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you prefer a more neutral brow, you can brow liner, brow tint, call it done. I prefer a more dramatic brow, and so I like to get a little fancy, and I like to do a light color in the beginning and a darker color towards the end or the arch of my brows. Y'all, this is kind of like contouring for your brows. So if you're like me and you just like to do the little extra with your brows, then you're going to go ahead and grab your brow brush, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So I use this angled tip of my brush to go ahead and get the best, not the best coverage, but the best angle on my brows. Now, before I color in my brows with color, I do like to go ahead and use a little translucent powder because my brows tend to be a little oily, okay? And so I like to just make sure that everything's nice and matte. So I will go ahead and take a little bit of powder and just powder down my brow just a little bit so that everything stays in place and nothing's like dripping off my face or budging on my face as I apply it. So I use a little bit of translucent powder and my all over powder brush just to get a little powder on my brows. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dip into my color. Now you can use finishing spray or water to get this damp for a more dramatic look, or you can just use the shadow as is. So I'm going to be dipping into this color here. This is called Hazelnut, and this is great if you have blonde brows or if you like the darker brow but you want something lighter up front, okay? So I just take that hazelnut color and I just kind of work that into this front section of my brow, just gently, lightly getting that color in there with this angled brush, okay? So again, I'm going to do that on this side. And we're just going to follow the outline I already have. We're just adding that hazelnut color. You could keep this as your pencil. And then if you're a blonde and you want that two-toned brow, you could do your hazelnut as your darker section and use your pencil in the front. So you can totally customize this look. Now that I have my hazelnut, I'm going to go ahead and dip into my darker color. And so I'm going to be using this brown here, which is called Espresso. Right next to it is Hot Fudge. That's a smidge darker. You could use that color too. Use whichever one you prefer, but your beauty consultant can also help you pick the right color. I'm a little lighter, so I'm using the lighter of the two, which is Espresso. So I just dipped my brush in there, and you'll see I'm just outlining where it already lined with the pencil, okay? But I'm filling in this area here that could use a little extra filling in. Just making it a little darker, a little more dramatic. And I like to get much darker around this arch area, okay? Now I'm going to keep my arch still soft and rounded, but it's going to have some color there. Okay, and then I will always dip right back into the hazelnut and do the tail of my brow in that lighter color. So it's light, dark, light. And then I'm just going to brush through it with the spoolie side of my brush. Okay, so you guys see that there? Do you see the difference between filled in with shadow and pencil? Okay, so it's just a little different. It's not necessarily like a game-changing difference. I just prefer a more dramatic brow, so that's why I do mine that way. Okay, you don't have to be so dramatic if you don't want to. I don't mind the extra steps. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here again with my brow brush. Just filling in that end of my brow. Y'all comment and tell me, like, which one would you be? Would you be the more dramatic brow? You like the two colors? You don't mind the steps? Or are you more of a simple brow kind of person? Maybe you would use the pencil and the brow tint, or maybe you like real simple and you just would want the brow tint. I personally dabble in all three. But that's what I love about it. You can change it up, right? It doesn't have to be the same thing every day. Okay. So there's my brows, and they're probably not exactly even. You may be noticing that, but I would say that they are definitely sisters. They may not be twins, but they're definitely sisters. And you can always try to fix them, but I typically find that the more I try to fix them, the more I mess them up. So once they're done, I usually don't mess with them much more because I don't want to make it worse. So there we go. Now we do still have a few more steps left for my brows, but at least you guys can kind of see what it would look like without the shadow and with. Now the next thing that I do is I take my volumizing brow tint and I wipe the spoolie off. You guys, it always comes out with so much and you don't need it all. And I go ahead and I just brush through these hairs right at the beginning, these lighter ones, and then the end ones. Now you can fill in your entire brow. The reason that I just do the end is because I'm using the dark blonde brow tint, which is pretty light, okay? And so I don't want to make this area with the darker shadow look lighter, because the brow tint is lighter. So I would use maybe a darker tint in the center section here, or I just do the front and the end. I don't need all over my brow. Now, if you don't do the two-toned colors on your brows, then just pick the matching color brow tint to your brow pencil which is around here somewhere, but you guys know what that was, okay? And then you'll have the perfect same colored brow. Okay, and again, your beauty consultant can help you pick the right brow tint. Okay, very last thing I do for my brows is I like to go ahead and do a little concealer right underneath them just to clean up the brow. So I will just usually go ahead and just dot underneath my brow, and sometimes I even go like right beside it, okay, with our concealer. And I am using our Light Ivory concealer. And then I take our concealer brush, which is our cream color brush, and I just go ahead and kind of brush that concealer in underneath my brow just to clean up anything that might need some cleaning up. It's also going to give it that highlight, okay? There we go. Just cleaning up and brightening. There we go. So that's underneath the brow. That just helps to make your brow pop a little bit. Now, if you were one of the brow types or brow shades, or shapes, I'm sorry, not shades, that needed a little highlight under your arch, then I would take either your highlighter or like a color like this is Moonstone, and use it right underneath your brow. You could use your same concealer brush, but just tap that highlight color right in underneath your arch to give it that little bit of highlight. So you see how the light just kind of bounces off of that? That's how you're gonna highlight that arch area. Use your concealer and then just apply just a little bit of that sparkly highlight, bright eyeshadow underneath your arch just to highlight and bring the light to that part of your face. Okay, now that your brows are done, we always want to use our finishing spray to keep everything in place. So I always do my entire face when I am done with my makeup, so like when I finish my eyeshadow too, but I love to use this on my brows to hold them in place all day long, okay? My brows are not budging. Okay, so now let's talk about mascara, because I think everybody wants luscious lashes, but sometimes we don't know how to get them. So I'm going to show you how to curl your lashes. That's the very first step to luscious lashes before mascara, okay, is to curl your lashes. So this is a limited edition Mary Kay lash curler. We don't always carry it, but we do occasionally, so your beauty consultant might have these for you. But this is our lash curler. I love it because it has a nice thick pad on it. So when you're curling your lashes, you're going to go ahead and curl, okay? You can hold it. I usually count to 5, and then I release, and I rotate up just a slight bit. Hold, count to 5, open up, rotate again, hold, okay? Then you're gonna unlock, rotate up, hold, and then they are curled. And that is going to give your lash actual lift. That is gonna curl your lash, okay? So most people just, crimp it here and call it done. No, the trick is to slowly rotate up to get the best curl. Now, once your lash has been curled, we want to lock in that curl. And so that is where our lash primer comes in. Your lash primer is really, really important to the look of your lashes. A lash primer is going to help to separate and place your lashes where you want them. Ours also nourishes. It has vitamins in it. It's going to make your mascara wear longer, and it's also going to make your mascara easier to remove. Now, what I personally love about our lash primer as opposed to others is a lot of lash primers on the market are a white primer, but ours is not. It is clear. And so what's so amazing about a clear lash primer is that it means you can use it as a clear mascara. So there are many days I don't feel like wearing mascara, but I will curl my lashes and then I will lock in that curl with my primer, and it gives you that look of an instant lash lift. So it looks like your natural lashes, but because they're clear, but they're nice and curled, and that curl holds. Okay, so once your primer's on, you are going to want to go ahead and use your mascara. And you guys, we have a giant wardrobe of mascaras, so many different mascaras for you to choose from, but I'm going to go ahead and show you our two most popular, and that would be our Ultimate Mascara, which is, if you are looking for a mascara that's going to volumize, this is it. You want that classic lash look, volumized lashes. Ultimate Mascara is going to be it. Now, this one does come in black and black brown, so if you prefer a black brown mascara, you can have that, but that's what the brush looks like, okay? This formula is also extra amazing if you have super sensitive eyes. Okay, next up on our mascara favorites, I guess, is our Lash Intensity. And you guys, this is my personal favorite. The Lash Intensity has a dual-sided brush, so you'll see here it has those short bristles at the top, and then it's got some long ones, okay? So you coat with the short side and then the long side. And our Lash Intensity mascara is going to give you that fake lash look. So if you love the fake lash look, then Lash Intensity is for you. You're going to have volumized, actually 400% more volume with this mascara. Okay, now next up is going to be our Lash Love formula. I love our Lash Love formula, and we have this formula in multiple different mascaras depending on what you're looking for in a mascara. So let me show you. It's the same formula, different brushes. So we have, first up will be our Lash Love. This is just a classic Lash Love mascara. This is what the brush looks like. And y'all, I think this mascara is great for someone who wants their lashes to look like they were separated by like a safety pin. You know, that very defined look. That's what this mascara does. So if you want defined lashes, Lash Love, okay? If you want lengthened lashes, our Lash Love Lengthening is amazing. Again, that same formula, just a different brush. This is what the Lash Love Lengthening brush looks like. It's perfectly curled, which I think makes it so easy to get at those bottom lashes. So I always do my bottom lashes with Lash Love Lengthening because that curled brush makes it impossible to mess up. I used to always get mascara underneath my eyes, and this has helped me so much to not do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's our Lash Love Lengthening. Where did I set the tube? Oh, okay, found it. Okay, Lash Love Lengthening. Next up in our Lash Love formula is our Lash Love Waterproof. So this is going to be the same brush as the classic Lash Love. The only difference is this is our waterproof formula, okay? So that's the Lash Love Waterproof. And our waterproof mascara is actually triathlon tested. So this is going to hold up through everything, okay? This is a serious waterproof. Now, all the rest of our mascaras are water resistant. So what that means is that, let's just say you have like a little cry, okay? Your mascara is gonna hold up. Now, if you have like a full out sob session, PMS fit, whatever, okay, then the waterproof would hold up. Maybe the water resistant wouldn't. But our water resistant mascara, which is all of them except the waterproof, holds up through like most of your wear and tear throughout the day, okay? And the very last one in our mascara lineup is our Lash Love Panorama. And this one is going to give you that very fanned out look. It's actually the mascara that I'm wearing today, okay? And so if you want lashes that look very fanned out, this is going to be the mascara for you. There's 3 different zones So it's hard to see on camera. You can see it really easily in person, but there's an hourglass shaped side. That's the side that you use first. Then you use this side that's flat that has the rounded bristles. And then you go in and you use that tip there at the end to separate each and every lash from the ones around it. And that's what gives you that fanned out look. So our Lash Love Fanorama. So those are different mascaras to give you different lash looks. Now, before I show you guys your deals, I want to show you or share with you 7 mascara mistakes that you might be making, okay? So as I go through these, please comment and tell us if you've made one of these mistakes before, okay? So the first mistake is not changing your mascara often enough. You're supposed to change your mascara every 3 months. Did y'all know that the inside of that mascara tube, it is dark and it is wet, and that is a breeding ground for bacteria. So every day that you take this wand right around your eye, you pick up bacteria and you shove it right back there in the tube. You guys, after 3 months, the inside of your mascara tube has the same amount of bacteria as the inside of a toilet. So if you're not changing your mascara every 3 months, next time you use your mascara, you might as well just take that wand, rub it on the inside of the toilet, and then use it on your lashes because you're picking up that same amount of bacteria. Gross, right? Okay, second mistake is that you're not removing your mascara at night. You guys, this is a huge problem, okay? You must remove your mascara at night. So the first problem is that if you're not removing your mascara, it's going to leave your lashes really hard, which means they're going to be more prone to breakage while you sleep, okay? The second issue is that it's going to prevent you from having a good base to start the next day's mascara. If your mascara isn't gone, your lashes are going to be clumpy. It's going to be hard to get your mascara to go on nice over that, okay? And then lastly, it gives eye mites something to feed on. And if you don't know what eye mites are, don't Google it because you will have nightmares. But they're little microscopic bugs that feed on your eye gunk. It's so gross, so gross. So please remove your eye makeup. And I love to use our eye makeup remover. It's a dual, I don't know, whatever. The formula has 2 sections, okay? You shake it up and it removes waterproof and regular makeup with ease. With so much ease. You just put it on a cotton pad, let it sit on your eye and melt away your mascara. So get an eye makeup remover if you don't have one. Okay, another mistake people make is not wiping off the end of the wand. So when you pull out your mascara wand, oftentimes there's a gob of mascara there at the end. Always wipe off the end of your wand because sometimes when you pull it out of the tube and you get that gob, okay, this can lead to clumps in your lashes and smearing on your face. And that's a bummer because it can easily be avoided just by wiping the excess mascara off the wand when you pull the wand out. Okay, another mistake people make is not coating both sides of your lashes. Y'all, you're really missing out on some lash magic if you're not coating both sides, the bottom and also the top, okay? The bottom and the top. This is going to make your lashes look fuller and darker. So you can start with the upper side. You can zigzag your wand over your lashes on the top side several times before you do the underside of your lashes. Now, you'll also find that you need to do a few coats. You'll want to do a few on the top and a few on the bottom, and that's okay. And we're going to talk about that in a second, okay? Okay, next mistake is people don't apply their mascara vertically. So oftentimes we do this with our mascara where we apply it horizontally, right? Well, turning your brush vertically can give you a whole new application technique. It's going to give you more control in placing the mascara on your lashes, and it allows you to concentrate on more smaller, more specific areas. This is a great way to make sure that you get the lashes on your inner corners or your bottom lashes. So apply your mascara horizontally, then apply it vertically. Next thing, do not let your mascara dry in between coats, okay? Now you should always be doing multiple coats of mascara, always multiple coats, okay? Your lashes don't become lashes until you've got at least 4 coats of mascara on. I think oftentimes we think 1 or 2 is enough, but really at least 4 coats of mascara if you want your lashes to look like lashes, okay? But you don't want them to completely dry between coats. That is a recipe for disaster. What happens is that your lashes will get dry and crunchy and you can't mold them anymore. So it's okay to like do one eye, switch to the other, and then do the other one, but you don't want to wait much longer than that. So I just bounce back and forth until I get the look that I want. Okay, and the last mistake people make with their mascara is they pump the wand. This is going to make your mascara dry out so much faster because you're forcing air down into the tube, and that's not a good thing. So push the wand in once, pull it back out. You should get plenty of mascara on your wand for a good coat that way. If you're not, then it's probably time for a new tube. Now, if you feel like you need to warm up your mascara a little bit, you can roll it in between your hands, but do not pump, okay? Don't pump your mascara. You're just pushing air and bacteria into that wand. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything on lashes and brows. Now, I want to know from you guys, like, go ahead and get your commenting fingers ready, okay? I want to know what you are wanting to go home with tonight. So everybody should treat themselves to some fun new lash and brow products, and of course we have some deals for you. So the first deal you'll see there is our princess set. That means you get to choose any 3 sets on the page. When you do that, you'll get our entire brush collection, which is usually $55. You get it for $25. Okay, so the sets that I would recommend based on what we use tonight would be your Flawless Finish set, that translucent powder to powder your brows along with your finishing spray and your powder brush. The Eyes Have It, that's going to be your lash primer, your mascara, your eyeliner, and then also your concealer, so you can do that underneath your brow cleanup. And then the next one would be the On Point Brows set. That's going to be your volumizing brow tint, your brow spoolie brush with the angled tip, and your brow definer pencil. So you can choose all 3 and then get your entire brush set for $25, okay? Now with any set, you can also get that eye makeup remover for $10, and that's actually a $17 value. So that's a really great deal on that, okay? So those are our deals. So y'all go ahead and comment, okay? You're going to comment A, B, or C. So A means I need one of the sets on the sheet. B means I don't need a full set, but I need a couple separate items. And C means I'm not interested in treating myself today. So A, B, or C. A, I know the sets I want on the sheet. B, not a set, but a few separate items. C, I'm not interested in treating myself today. Okay, now my second question I have for you as we close things out tonight is about joining our family. So we have 2 options for getting started for opening your Mary Kay business. Okay, we have 2 different options for you, and I was going to try to pull them up on the screen here. There we go. Okay, I knew I had it somewhere. Okay, so 2 options for getting started or opening your business. So the first option is your $30 option. This is for the girl that really wants a mobile business. You want to grow an online business and your personal brand. So for $30, you're going to get a beautiful website that your friends and family can shop on, a way to take their money, plus you get access to all the training and all the support you could ever need. Now our second option is the $130. So you have $30 or $130. The $130 option is for the girl who wants it all. Like, you want to build an online business, yes, but you would also love to have an in-person business. You want to connect with potential customers in person or over coffee. Like, you want the whole thing, an online and an in-person business. So for $130, you get all the things the $30 startup includes, plus you get over $400 of full-size products, which is what you see on that top shelf behind me, okay? Plus you get all the business tools you need to succeed. So if you're wondering, that's what I did, but you can be a success either way. It does just require that you get started. So you can go ahead and order your kit today if you want, either the 30 or the 130, and then you have the opportunity to determine your hours. You have no cap on your income. There's no territories. There's no monthly sales quotas. You just get to focus on sharing what you love, growing, learning more about skincare and makeup, and you can focus on making money. And let me tell you, the sky is the limit for you. So get your commenting fingers ready again, because I want to know, if you were to ever try something like Mary Kay, what type of consultant would you be? We have 3 types of consultants, so get ready to comment and tell us which one you would be. So the first type is our Sleeping Beauty consultant. So she loves to sell to close friends and family, but she's mostly here to get her own products for 50% off. You guys, I did this for 4 years and I saved so much money. So Sleeping Beauty, you want your own products at half price, and you want to sell to just some friends and family. Side Hustler. This is my girl that's like maybe spending 5 to 6 hours a week online, working her business, making an extra $600 or so each month. You just want that extra income, maybe to cover the car payment, pay some bills, work a few hours a week. That's our side hustler. And then the third type of consultant is the leader. And this is where I am now, but absolutely not where I started. I started as a Sleeping Beauty, turned into a side hustler, and now I want leadership in Mary Kay. I want to earn that executive level income. I want to drive the free car. I want the all expense paid trips, the diamonds, all of those things. So comment and tell us which one sounds like the best fit for you. Sleeping Beauty, side hustler, or leadership. Tell us below. And you guys, that is all we have for you this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you know how to do your brows and how to get some luscious lashes. Don't forget to reach out to your beauty consultant and grab whatever sets you want to get for tonight. And thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening.